I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
The Wrestling Mayhem Show. Since 2006, the pioneer in pro wrestling podcasting.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you got to do, make it last. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't run, boy, this crew change the back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
And we are back live, and everybody can finally hear us on the net. This is why we have interns, so I don't do half a show without audio. They'll notice these kinds of things, and I'll put everything
We
back
did not have that back in the day.
Oh, no. We did not have enough of that back in the day, that's for sure. But, I mean, you see, nothing has actually changed, Eamon.
Nope.
Time is linear.
Let's get back to that question now that everybody can hear us on the internet. What radicalized you?
You guys just beating each other up with kendo sticks on Blog TV. I mean, if that's a way to get radicalized, that's ideal.
That was a thing that we did. That was like, I want to be a part of that. So we did. I also keep thinking about how we violenced you in Cleveland when everybody chopped you after the Daniel Bryan Chikara show.
And didn't get arrested.
It's
like you're beating up a child outside of a parking lot.
There are worse things happening in Cleveland. So, anyways, that's enough reminiscing for now. Let's talk about new wrestling. We're going to be talking about what you're up to. Of course, you've gonna become ingrained here with professional wrestling in the Pittsburgh area, as I knew you would. So we'll talk about that. And there was a really cool event that you were a part of over this past weekend that we'll talk a little about too. But anyways, yeah, everybody's messaging me now. It's okay. You didn't miss much. That's why you got to go back and listen to the podcast if you catch this on the live version. Anywho. Stuff happens, and also everything came from like 3 different shows, so we're still kind of working the kinks back out for the week this week. So and there's actually one of my ports got bent on this soundboard.
Everything's going swimmingly.
It's going great.
Everything's fine.
It's just
Okay.
I mean, there's just the chaotic.
Sorg has both. Sorg has enough headphones. It's fine.
Riz, don't bring up the headphones.
Don't bring up the
They
headphones.
don't know about the headphones.
Yes. Anyways, jeez. Anyways, it's the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We're going to talk about some wrestles, and amongst those, we have a lot of movement in WWE. Apparently, some fast movement because Seth is hurt again. Hey, Seth is one of the best wrestlers out there, but absolutely, he seems to always get injured at the worst times. Once again, as the champion, and there was I'm going to try not to say this wrong, like I did before the show, but there was a interesting post that was like, okay, both of the Money in the Bank winners cashed in successfully and then had to relinquish their belts for various reasons.
Yes.
Not for the same reason, because I forgot. But anyways.
Both terrible reasons. Yes.
No. We're not saying that part. So unfortunate there. Obviously, it's like, well, they're going to, obviously Braun's going to turn at some point, but not this soon.
Right.
And now we're just kind of rolling with it. And now we have Uso and CM Punk for the champion for the
World Heavyweight
Championship.
Vacated. God, what did they call it? A vacancy. What's the fancy word for
interim?
it? And not interim. No, that's the stupid word for it.
I know.
But whatever.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The held up. They mentioned it on the show when they were carrying the belt in. But anyways, either way, it doesn't matter. So we have this situation, and everything's kind of topsy-turvy. I don't know what was going to be War Games, but I feel like it was going to be, the Vision was going to be a part of it. Obviously not anymore. Or no, maybe there'll be another version. Maybe they get some more buddies. I don't know. More bronze. So who you think? Maybe they get Braun Strowman so they can be like the triple bronze.
Sure.
Right?
He has a thing he can promote.
Other than Paul Heyman apparently hates Braun Strowman.
Oh, really? I didn't know this.
Oh, you didn't hear about that?
No.
There was like one of those side party after party things around WrestleMania where on stage in front of people, Paul like talks about like
like one of the roast things.
He
or whatever.
ran him down about how he wasn't good enough to get on WrestleMania and he should do something about it.
Okay.
So, and apparently there was a thing on Botchamania which I think may have been a tweet about Braun Strowman just running down Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman's like, oh, I'm not thinking about you in response kind of thing. Like again, re-roasting him. So I don't know. He's got his food program on USA. Let me know if anybody watches that.
Braun Strowman does?
Yeah, you haven't seen this?
I have missed so much. I am so sorry.
It's like man versus food, but the man
it's
is
literally
Strowman.
called Everything on the Menu.
Yeah.
You know what? Good for him. That's
Good for him.
You know what? Play into your strengths. So
It's a
Respectfully.
very easy trajectory at that point.
Absolutely. So, I mean, and it is one of those like, how did you not make it as at being that big and athletic, right?
Right.
Because he was not that athletic. He was just big.
He was big, but he could move for
The
his
great
size,
Khali,
though.
the great Khali is in the Hall of Fame.
Riz,
I love you just dropped the fact again, Eamon. Nothing
I
has
want to
changed.
point that out there.
I was gonna say that's your King Kali. I love that you're gonna question Braun's athleticism. I don't see Kali doing like the mile long sprints around the ring to
That's
shoulder
true,
block people.
but also he's a Hall of Famer and also was a WWE champion and also
Well, Braun had one run with the title, right? Didn't he?
did he?
I thought he did.
With the Universal, I think, or something.
Hold on, let me check.
I know he won the one Royal Rumble where they gave him a championship belt for some reason.
Oh, the first Saudi show.
Yeah,
I could have sworn he had like a Universal. I think it might have been during like COVID time.
maybe it was a Universal
could have been.
Championship.
Yes.
Oh, now let's look at Wiki.
Wait a minute. It says, according to Bing, it says yes, but it has a picture of
Yes.
Randy Orton.
Oh, of course.
Well, that clarifies it.
He won the Universal Championship allegedly in 2020, according to this.
Allegedly.
According to the
Oh, that's
according to the Bing.
right.
According to the Bing. So
I
there
forgot
was we forgot a lot of that
Yeah.
era that existed. So
one time it was. Let me see here.
either way,
keep going.
a lot of that's happening. I also had a revelation I wanted to share with you guys this week because I was like, do I go and watch Raw on Monday night and catch up with it, or do I go play video games and beat my puppet game that I'm playing? My Friendly Neighborhood as well is playing. Look it up; it's interesting.
really good.
I picked the video game because I realized in my head, Raw, there's so much talking, and there really was last week, and it wasn't as much this week, honestly. There's so much talking on Raw. It's like listening to a podcast anyways.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I can put it on in the background while I'm working on stuff today, and that's what I did. So for the most part, and of course they actually did have some really good wrestling matches on it. I mean, they kind of always do have some pretty good wrestling matches these days, but still there was like a lot of talking last week.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean that's like I'm kind of deprioritizing WWE as I have to sit down and watch it kind of thing. AEW I want to sit down and watch because I want to see what the hell these guys do.
A lot more.
There's more
wrestling
details.
based.
There's
Yeah.
more details that you want to be kind of on top of.
And I think what WWE is trying to do, and I give them credit for this, they're trying to do short bursts of like short shareable entertainment. So you're gonna see like the people that are like the watch along people.
Okay.
You're gonna see the clips. You're gonna see everybody going because it has that
wait.
effect to
Riz,
it.
do that again.
But
Let's go right in the video package.
yeah, good.
He's going
But
right.
like you know what I mean? Like it's you see people like I forget what their names are, but you see them like on Twitter.
I know
Twitter.
Denise is one of them.
Yeah, Denise.
Yeah.
I think Santi's one of them. I think is what her name
Should we
is.
do that? Like I've always like should we go this direction? Should we lean into
I
the
feel like
popular
we've
thing?
tried this.
We
and-
tried this before it was popular, and WWE would put you fucking on the air for doing
Yeah.
it.
Oh, like the little like TikTok reaction.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
Yeah, like the
So
TikTok react
I also
people.
feel like none of us have that much energy when we
No.
do a
No.
show, watching a wrestling show. Like I feel like I
we tried that. We tried to watch along at one point.
yeah, and
I
it's
think,
just like we
I
just
think
like
one of us was always asleep.
one of us definitely fell asleep every week. It
And
was
one of us
usually
just
it was
says, "This is
usually the same
boring."
one of us, and it just wasn't fun. But also like wrestling
Hey,
wasn't
he's
fun
like, hey,
then.
do you want to do something else? Yeah, let's do something else.
so we gotta get on a Twitch stream and we gotta have people watching with us and then overreact to everything. Like it was really the thing.
Yeah.
So just like
We
how,
have to get the clips. We have to get the clips.
yeah,
Sorted.
get the
Because
clips.
it's never what you actually like. It's
Just-
never how you actually
No.
like. Like
No.
nowadays, I get like if something like major, would probably get like a huh, and that's not gonna go.
The
viral.
answer is we've all been around wrestling too long and too involved in wrestling
Exactly.
in our own ways in
Yeah.
production that
How many
we've-
times have you heard me go, oh? like on air, like with them.
That's your
on, like,
reaction on a
filming.
headset. We're like, huh, that
Oh.
was something. I hope he's okay.
Like very little does it do I get excited for that? Like for something on
Riz?
if I'm on the microphone.
Riz, what is
Sure.
your excited face?
This is a loaded question.
This is it, Sorg.
This is it.
I don't get excited anymore, Sorg.
Okay. It's like,
Oh, you're in the wrestling business now. Great.
Oh wait, no. You see my excited face, Sorg. It's on my Facebook right now.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Where's the? Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Well,
I have
not
no
excited
words.
face, scared
I think
face.
somebody asked me, I had Exodus while I was on camera at ringside for this time because I've never done it at Exodus. And I was like, because I want to feel something. So, anyways, oh shit, where are we at with things? So WWE's doing weird shit. Halloween
I have to
Havoc.
get my steps in.
Get your steps in. Halloween Havoc is this weekend. Did you know that?
No.
Not until Sorg told me 15 minutes ago.
Do you still have Peacock? Because it's over there apparently.
No, I
Because it's
don't.
everywhere. Did you already get rid of your Peacock?
Yes.
Okay. Are you gonna?
Why are they
then
doing
use. Then
things
you
on
need
other things?
Listen, I got a Monopoly code for a free month of Peacock. You should go use it to watch Halloween Havoc this weekend. I put it in the Slack.
Wow.
If I get more, I'll share it so everybody can watch their Halloween Havocs. So this is where it's getting weird because NXT is still on Peacock. And ESPN has the other stuff.
Wait, is it not on television anymore? Or is it? Oh,
no,
you're
it's
saying
on. No, the pay-per-view is on.
So all of their. Oh, okay.
So no. WWE stuff is all on ESPN,
Right.
Except for Saturday's Main Event, which is on Peacock. And
Wait, is it on Peacock or is it
Yeah.
just on? Is
it's
it
on
actual
NBC, but they started streaming them
Yeah.
on the app too. And then now, but you still have the NXT shows on there, and whatever smattering of old content is still around.
that's so
It's fucked up.
Like I blanked out for like 3 years and like wrestling's now everywhere and it's like really annoying.
Oh, it's so bad. But
I
they're
told
getting money.
Sorg like I just switched my television provider to Fubo and so I get everything and I get like added like I finally have access. So I was like, oh, I get to watch TNA now, weekly if I want to, but I get nothing AEW because
Really?
because they don't have Warner Brother anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
But if you had HBO Max,
Right,
you're
but then
good.
that's it. But then they're jacking their prices up,
Yeah,
and then
that's true too. This is why I'm never. I don't even know if it would actually be cheaper if I just separated things. Though I'm never changing my AT&T plan because it still has HBO Max from to the point where we had it from back when it was HBO Go, and I technically had a DirecTV direct subscription to access HBO and their app because remember they had like the Now was the direct and then the Go was the one that came with your cable provider. They gave me the Go. And it developed into Max, and again, all.
Yeah, I'll probably get it again when they change their name another time. So.
Yeah, just give me one for a day change. Listen, between AT&T going to Singular and back to AT&T, that's how long we've been on it. And now we also follow I've been through all iterations of HBO Online.
Right. But it really is everywhere. And it's like, oh, if I want to watch like old Ring of Honor stuff, that's a whole separate website. Like it's I
don't hate that. I paid the $10 for it. I love it.
Sure.
I love it.
But it's like it's hard to
it adds up, yeah.
The WWE stuff I think is like the fact that is not all in one place is kind of mad.
That's crazy.
But again, they're making the money from it, so it's ideal for them, which is not
Give
always
us
ideal for
$9.99.
us.
Isn't that the
$9.99
mantra of the
back.
last 2 years?
It's the mantra. Also, this is TKO, not WWE, too. TKO. If you listen to TKO people, it's what's good for them.
Correct.
It's very much what's good for them. Like when you talk about the way
barely
they're talking
listen
about
to
their
TKO
ticket
people.
prices and they're pricing out families, like it's like they want this. They want to maximize their profits. That's their sole thing. When they'll let Ridge Holland go because he has an injury and they won't even afford his $60,000 a year NXT contract.
Yeah.
There's like, no, that's too much. Fuck you. Like as a company, fuck you on that.
Well, and then all the Andrade stuff too. Like that.
I don't even know. I haven't even caught up. Like, is Andrade on the outs with AEW again? What? I don't even know what the update is.
Yeah, assumedly until he gets out of that
Also, is the Don Callis family the most cursed for debuts? Wardlow shows up, apparently gets injured immediately, and we just don't talk about. Wardlow's fucking Bruno right now. We don't talk about Wardlow. We don't talk about Andrade. They showed up one time. then something happened and they just disappeared. Like, are we just camoing these motherfuckers right now?
I think it's the terrible music is what it's like.
Terrible music.
It sounds like it's like casted a spell on these like.
Oh wait, we talking about the Don Callis brown noise that comes out. So
Yeah,
it's
which is just his. It's like It's like Hypnotoad from Futurama, but with Don Callis' face.
I'm very lenient on pretty much anything AEW for the most part, and that is the one thing where I will constantly be like, change the theme. Oh my god, change the theme.
Well, I gotta say, we'll take a moment and Wrestle Dream, but I do have to say one moment. Listen, I had, as you know, I had a hell of a week of productions. 3 wrestling shows, a second one happening during it that I had to keep an eye on and log into and fix apparently while I'm running another show. Thankfully it was a street fight and I had one roamer camera, so I'm like, yeah, you go, I'm gonna go to West Newton and log in and fix some shit that's going on with the hardware. And then a top row tabletop taping on Sunday, so I went home. got drunk and watched Wrestle Dream. And at some point, I just started.
What that was.
That's why you got those messages.
Okay.
Yeah, and then everybody saw the Discord, right? So at some point, I started yelling. When the ropes were the shots really bad at the TV.
Oh, yeah.
And disrupting my dog.
Well, a live watch of a wrestling pay-per-view with Sorg is always the greatest. Just from like the why the fuck did they take that shot? Like,
listen.
We watched the Slammiversary recently, and that was really bad for camera shots. And so I could just see Sorg.
The problem is I know everybody.
The whole time.
Problem is I know half of the fucking crew there. So I'm like, what the fuck, dude? He always does that with me too.
But you being high and drunk like before watching Wrestle Dream, that opening, the whole pyro going off in the middle of the pre-show match.
Oh, I knew I was coming though.
I'm sure that was a trip.
Listen. I was talking to somebody about that. Where was I? Oh God, who was I talking to about that? I think it was at Top Rope. And I was just like, listen. Like, it's that thing. Oh my God, I had a good analogy for this and it's gone. But it's that thing where. We gotta let Bilp do his pyro, guys. You know, because they do this. They do this too when they go from like the Dynamite to Collision thing, right?
Yeah.
And like they go to black, come back. There's their new show, kind of thing, and to kind of reintroduce, even though it's just the fucking same show. We're just doing a third hour, right? But we gotta change over the boards of Collision. Whatever
it's like
the fuck.
Warzone.
And then it's just like match is still happening, just like you saw in the pay-per-view. The pyro has Bill set up this pyro. We can't disappoint him. Okay.
Yeah.
Look
at Bill. Look at Bill over there.
Like Bill,
you're gonna make him
just
sad.
like you've done this thing. Like we've all had this thing in a show where we thought we were gonna do something really cool, and they do something different, and we're sitting there in the corner just going, oh,
Right.
that kind of thing happens, right? That's Bill with a pyro. I don't know if his name's Bill. I don't know. I'm sure he's a nice fellow, but he had to get his pyro, and that's great. Okay. But also, there's a certain announcer that we know in the area that this is the other thing that it attributed it to. And I didn't want to do this on air, but fuck it. But there's a certain announcer that, and you've probably seen this at other indie shows too, but they have to get the entire intro done. And like somebody gets bum rushed. Right. And the announcer still awkwardly is trying to finish the full announcements.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, fuck off. The match has started.
Yep. Yeah.
This is awkward.
Well, I've done that, but I've had that before, and it has to just be like oh God, and cut off.
But
the
they're not
sentence or
doing
something.
that. They're still doing. They're still trying to get out of the fucking ring.
That happened.
Did it literally happen this weekend?
I think that happened.
I mean, of course it did. But it's just like, no. Get the fuck out of the ring. Your job is over.
Describe the thing that's happening, Sword.
You're just like, I need everybody to know this is scheduled for one fall. I really need everybody to know this.
One fall.
So, anyways, we're going to have a lot more fun here with Eamon Paton, who's been all these positions in wrestling and has definitely been backstage with me when things have not gone well.
Yes.
A few times, and some interesting, maddening promoters. So, but you guys can see even more in depth, I'm sure. See who I'll complain about after the show. Patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. I do have a few new people to complain about this weekend. Anyways, support of Mayhem over there, of course, and of course, thank you everybody that does support us at the fan of the show level. Bo Diggity! Hey, woo!
I was early there. I was early.
Still got it, Zork.
Max still got to work on the woos though.
I was
Oh,
early
that's
on
right.
my woo. It's
No,
fine.
you're plugged in. You're not on delay. Anyways, and there's more on the list. Team Hammerfist, Tupac family, Bubba Brewer, the Triple B podcast and APWF, Jason French at the Poppy Club level, Dave Prop Punter, Rats in a Trench Coat, Tony Kincaid, True Prince of Pro at the Pizza Club level, the Riz.
It's me.
And then Justin Cleaver, and at the manager level,
I need to move over here for a minute.
Bradley.
Can you move out of here?
Bradley?
Yeah.
Hey, Bradley. Welcome to the
Still
show.
one of my favorite shots.
Absolutely. That is beautiful. You know, I tried to put you in ChatGPT to turn you into anime because that's one of the things I was doing when I was drunk the other day.
Oh, jeez.
It's the one with you holding the camera. I think it thinks the camera is a gun or something because it wouldn't let me use it. So it kept like coming back in error. So I don't know what to do about that, but I'm going to animate you eventually. So it's also a wonderful anime Beastman I made too. So, but I was doing two ways. I was trying to make people anime, and I was trying to make impossible anime people into real people. So I was experimenting. So, but I did not fall asleep to ChatGPT and Time Cop this time. Okay, guys. So,
this time.
Anyways, where are we at with things? Okay, we have got NXT's happening now, and it sounds like, is there a broken rules match for the Hardys versus Dark State for both titles?
That.
Is this at Halloween Havoc? Is that the news?
At Halloween Havoc.
Fantastic. Keep us on the updates.
I pressed the button, Sorg.
Which button?
Because I was trying to look for the actual card for Halloween Havoc. Mm-hmm. So I went to WWE and I clicked NXT.
Is it even on shows yet? It wasn't even listed last I saw.
It's not even there yet.
What? Yeah, they still have No Mercy from last month on here.
But I got spoiled for one thing. And it made my mind go crazy.
Well, I mean, we're in the middle of the show, so hey, spoiler alert if you haven't watched NXT because you're watching us.
If you're watching NXT.
What is the spoiler?
So Javon Evans and Leon Slater got a guest, two guests. Mm-hmm. One is Mr. Iguana, of course.
Okay.
The other was La Parka.
Oh.
And it took me forever to realize that this is different La Parka.
Yes, no, can you imagine if it's the same
one? This is not the WCW La Parka. And I got so confused because it took me forever.
You didn't watch MOW over the last couple years where there's 3 La Parkas?
Oh, I know. Isn't it one Vampiro?
I think, what was it? I didn't know that. Maybe it is now, but not the version I watched, I thought.
Okay.
But I thought the one was the original La Parka.
There was like, what, La Parka, LA Park?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, actually, no.
And isn't there like I don't know, but yeah, this one's just La Parka. I was looking at it, I'm like, it took me way too long to realize that was.
This happened to a lot of people. Worlds Collide Day, actually. So,
well, they should sell that as a big deal because that. I mean, even if it's not the original, like
it's still La Parka on WWE.
It's like it is in the lucha culture. Gimmicks get passed down. Like you think about DC Comics, there's Ratcatcher and then there's Ratcatcher 2. You know what I mean? Like, there's always like a pass down. How many Green Lanterns have there been? Well, that's different, of course. How many, what's in there? Hawkeye. There's been a second Hawkeye. Robin. How many Robins have there been, right? Like, it's kind of the same thing. So, Lucha is actually very DC Comics when it comes to something like that. So, and there's been how many Miss Marvels, except Captain Marvels, whatever, right? So, anyways. Other than that, no, I meant to talk about Wrestle Dream for this, and I know I started it a little bit early. In my experience, fun show. I love the tailgate. I love that the Saturday tailgate mayhem, whatever they called it, brawl. I think it was tailgate brawl is on TNT.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so the 0 hours is not a 0 hour on YouTube because I couldn't find it last month for the pay-per-view.
See, that makes so much more sense. I don't know why, because
it's important because HBO Max carries the pay-per-view.
Sure. Yes.
So now
that you can have
it's all in-house, and we're doing the old. And to explain to the youngins here, back in the day, we used to have WWE Heat, WWF
Right,
Heat
yeah.
go into the
Saturday
pay per view.
Oh God, when I was 8-9 years old and poor and couldn't buy pay-per-views, but I made
Yeah.
sure to watch that
That
Heat every
was the
week.
pay-per-view.
You watch that Heat, and you're just like, what's Stone Cold going to? Because Stone Cold was never on Heat because it's all the
Oh,
jobbers.
Yeah,
but
well,
it's
that
a
was in my
pay-per-view.
era. My era
Yeah.
was like Steven Richards and you know.
And you're like, I gotta see that Steven Richards match.
You mainly just did it to see the set.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
is the thing.
Yeah, you do. Like that's what the argument getting said. Holy
Like,
shit, you know,
you
back in the day.
see the set, and then you go to AOL
Yep.
and go in their chat rooms.
Where
and
Shawn
have
Michaels
somebody
is
who
pecking at
bought-
a keyboard.
Oh no! Like somebody who bought the pay-per-view will tell you step by step and play by play the actual pay-per-view.
Yep.
Or just refreshing
have-
WWE.com. Like the,
Or
like,
doing that. Yeah. Oh my gosh! It's black and white. You know what that means?
oh my God, there's a still image of Triple H doing something.
Exactly.
we're-
Those were the days. Anyway, so Wrestle Dream would have had some black and white shots actually.
Yeah.
Main event was the quit match.
Which got a lot of dialogue.
What's that?
It's got a lot of dialogue online.
Yeah,
You
that
rolled
would've-
any of that?
That really would have. Could you imagine that in the AOL? We should do a classic. Somebody with some writing skills around here should just do the AOL style recap. You know, I mean, I guess people do that on Twitter. I guess, right?
Sure.
It's-
Like I've seen people do that for like the Thursday shows for us. Like, there people kind of like break down a little bit. You know, of course, T-Pop's out there doing the gifts and
T-Pop,
stuff. Like, I guess that's a new version of that, right?
Yeah.
To the point where who was it? Somebody was getting in trouble with Triller because they would do it for Triller pay-per-views, and Triller asked them to stop. And I saw
really?
like a back and forth with them on like probably Twitter at the time. So like, but it's just like, dude, guys, just fucking let them go. They're advertising your shit.
Yeah.
you know.
Free real estate. Let's
I
go.
mean, yeah, it's like that's where it goes. So, oh God, they're dropping Sora videos in the chat now.
They're everywhere.
This will be the time where I remind you, yes, I am on Sora. Yes, I'm at Sorgatron. Yes, I do have a cameo. Yes, you can do whatever you want in the
wait.
guardrails of Sora with my likeness
Sorg has a cameo.
on Sora. So that's what they call it when you have.
Oh, that's confusing.
Oh no, you
Yeah,
have-
I was like, Sorg has a cameo. You can have,
No, I don't
pay
have that.
Sorg to say whatever you
but
want.
if you do want to pay me $20 for a cameo, I'll do that too.
Listeners, think of the
God, this is
wildest
such-
stuff that you could have Sorg
this
say on
is so-
cameo.
well, you can make it happen without my input. So this is like the
Sure.
AI generated thing. And for instances, I can't believe you guys haven't seen this yet. There's me with a tiny dog just talking about the rest of the Mayhem show.
That's a tiny dog.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff, right? But of course, Katie and Podner have had a tremendous time, and the interns have really enjoyed themselves too. So, I haven't seen that video. So you kind of get the idea here. So it's a lot of podcasts. One of the intern Mac likes to drop anvils on people. So this one thing we learned. I don't know. There's a lot happening there. Eating hot dogs.
One thing one thing I'll say about Sorg
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of AI stuff is they don't know how to run.
No. It's really awkward. I'm like, do I walk like that? How does it know that? So that gives you an idea. So if you go here and you at me, if you're in Sora, I do have one invite left if you're interested and don't have another way into it. I'm sure you can get, download it. It's on iOS right now and Sora.com actually as well.
Still,
So
one of my favorites, and we can get back to actual wrestling in a minute, is when I'm on Facebook and I see clip after clip of Sora, and it's this is the Bob Ross painting the face paint of Ultimate Warrior.
oh yeah, those
This
are great.
is-
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
this is the one where Martin Luther King is in a salmon jacket talking to JFK.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, the Martin Luther King stuff's over. Actually, the
Oh, yeah.
family said, "Hey,
Yeah.
can we stop this?"
That's yeah.
And
that's it.
SAG actually got involved with some of the actor stuff with Bryan Cranston
Good.
too. So like, there's, but in the meantime, like just like people I follow, it's just kind of hilarious. Katie just makes romantic comedies, Hallmark movie kind of stuff with interesting concepts. Is in there. So
Is that Mountain Dew?
There's John Cena doing stuff. I saw a video of John Cena getting really pissed that the ice cream machine was down at McDonald's in the drive-thru.
Is that Kobe Bryant?
I don't know.
That's supposed to be Kobe Bryant smacking John Cena in the head.
I just randomly like
frog,
I was watching Mark Cuban like smear peanut butter on himself for some reason. So some podcasters that I follow here, and you can do interesting things. Like if you do a cameo now, there will always be a tiny dog in the shot. So if you look at the most recent ones, and I may just put little Easter eggs in there, so you can say like Riz will always have an eagle with him if you wanted. You can put it. You can put it in the notes.
Sora to do that, Sorg.
No, I don't.
You don't need Sora to do that at all, Sorg.
If you notice,
even though this was AI generated. But,
yes, it was. Did you notice that I have an eagle in our chat? Has that come up for you yet?
What?
And I don't. Maybe you haven't updated your iPhone yet, but I put an eagle in our chat as the background.
Oh, okay, yeah.
On iOS. So, anyways, that's enough of that. Wrestle Dream was not AI.
Wrestle Dream.
It was very violent. Sting came back. All Gray Sting,
which looked like AI.
which
looked like AI. It looked like he was part of the of Solo's team.
A little bit, right? So, can we just call them the Girls of Destiny? Are we allowed to call them the Girls of Destiny? Can we just roll with that vibe with the GODs
I don't know what,
right now?
They're like what are they, like the NFTs or
MFTs?
MFTs?
My family
tree.
My family tree.
Yeah, workshop that.
Yeah. It needs help. It's not like I just kept saying MFT, and it took me a minute.
We just call them NFTs.
I missed the one promo where we explained it apparently, and I'm lost. I'm done. So,
anyways.
Sorg, are your children traumatized by John Moxley and Darby Allin?
Yes.
Man, and I love I went on Twitter or something, and they're just like, "Hey, just a reminder, this is a TV 14 show, and please determine, kind of thing."
Can I just crazy thought for those who watch the match? I feel like they've been more violent.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes, they're going down a road.
They didn't set each other on fire yet.
Like I found and it was still really good. Like I have no qualms with the match by any means. But it's like. Is drowning the line? Is drowning someone the line? I don't understand that.
Is waterboarding? There's been waterboarding in some of these matches.
I'm pretty sure in WWE they've done it. I've seen a couple Gulf of Mexico matches.
There was a highlight reel that came up, and it reminded me that they did light tubes at some point in a women's match.
Mm-hmm.
On AEW?
Yeah.
Yes, and I can't remember where.
I think Willow was involved. So.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Didn't Cody almost get burned alive?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. So I mean, they're going for it.
They've done like hypodermic needles, and I felt like there was none of this dialogue
there was the needles. Yeah. There was the unfortunate nail board incident with Edge and Moxley.
Yeah.
So I mean, and unfortunately, hey, all of this is hey, shit can happen. They're professionals. They take the risk. They know, and they miscalculated one time. You know what I mean?
And also, we were all children who did stuff at home when they told us not to do it.
I don't know if that's an excuse, but
I don't think they're doing that spot.
No. Well,
it wouldn't be my first choice.
No. I'd be like, no, that's a little crazy. Oh, just like them. It's fake. It's fine. That's the problem is if you have somebody around you that keeps saying, oh, it's fake, yada, yada, it's fake blood and stuff. And then it's like, cool, it's fake. Let me try this. Sure. Yes. That's where I have a problem.
No, yeah.
But that's more about the people around you and the attitude towards it, So,
and I also, I don't know. I found the conversation. I find it just so interesting that we're having the conversation in 2025. Of course, people have to have, and you have to, from a company perspective, I get it because it's like safety and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But I with the online dialogue with it more than anything. I was like, I think it makes more sense back in the day when wrestling was kind of the only. Not the only, but it was the most prominent violent thing that was appealing semi to children.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
There were teddy bears.
Yeah, exactly.
There's not a lot of teddy bears on, I guess there are figures and stuff when you talk about AEW, but still. Sure. But that's still a choice, right? Matt Carnes has been on the show talking about hey, yeah, they were having this match, and it's literally called Blood and Guts. I'm going to watch it and then maybe introduce it to the kid the next day if I choose to.
Yeah, 100%.
That's responsible parenting.
Yeah, and it's just a range of content and what we permit in general outside of wrestling now in 2025.
And also disclaimer that nobody on this show is a parent. Okay.
Yeah, no.
So there's
that I know of.
That I know of. Riz.
Sorg.
Riz. Wait. Anyways, that got
but
interesting.
how many matches?
On the pay-per-view?
How many matches on the pay-per-view?
It didn't feel like as many this time.
Was it still 8?
But they went overtime, from what I understood. Right?
They went 4.5 hours. They've been doing 5.
Okay.
So this
Yeah.
was actually like I went and looked at the time afterwards because I watched it the next day. I obviously was working. I was in Ohio for NeoPro, and everything. And I looked up the time on Triller, and I was like 4.5. I'm like, what? Wait,
Yeah.
what? I bought a whole half an hour on this thing, and then let me tell you, it's my experience. Sorry, going back to the previous bit. When you're high watching wrestling, it lasts a lot longer, but you're kind of into it. So you're just like,
but-
this is forever and it's so good. Going
But I was
to the
trying-
matches, yes.
So I was trying to get at here, like, I'm not the biggest. That wasn't my cup of tea. And
Sure.
I think I've said this. I think I said this a lot. Like every time we've had this discussion for pay-per-views, but I'm not a fan of that. But I get it because of the story that we're trying to make in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I wasn't a fan of that, but there were a lot more stuff, a lot more candy in the pinata that I did like, and I could sink my teeth into
You're saying through the pay-per-view?
to the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
That's what I
3 women's matches, 13 matches total across the entire event. 4 matches. We'll say 9.5 were on the pay-per-view because the FTR match ran over, which is by design, by the way. Yeah,
I love that people still got worked by that.
yeah, really
I love that.
Well, because there's always everybody thinks that AEW's mismanaged for time because they always run over on TNT and TBS. When they're live, right? But it's like, no, I think that's like the old Raw effect. I think they're allowed to, and just like, hey guys, because like, oh, I'm sorry, you're gonna
What
wait
else you
10
gonna
more
show?
minutes to watch Justice League for the 100th time,
Right. But it's also like us being in production. Like it's so funny, like watching that and seeing people get like having their staunch opinions about like, oh, this was clearly a mistake on AEW's part, and it's like you and I know that it's like unless like FTR and like Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey like went into business for themselves and it's no, you're telling us to go home, but I'm gonna do 5 more minutes of this.
Oh, especially
then like
especially now because we actually 880 is actually the most timed show that I work on. Aside from Exodus, that's really good at it, but and they run their shit like TV, but like other than those guys who literally worked on TV and they're bringing that over, like I think 880 is fucking clockwork.
They're
right
great
now.
with times.
Yes.
Like they dug into the system that we adopted from Exodus, and the most professional backstage timing organization is 880 Wrestling right now. Period. Like I know, like people were getting there, but like we've been working. Also, we fucking work on it every week,
right?
So
and like under 2 hours every Thursday. And like what was Friday? Friday I don't think it went over 3. I don't think.
I can't remember. It's all a blur.
Yeah.
I can go look at the rundown and see how we did, but But either way, like, but so like when you translate that to big production like this, there's more to it. Like literally, like okay, and then like literally, I've had like somebody in my ear going, okay, and now they're going to dive off of the right side of the ring, know, and like that's how detailed they are when they come to this. And I've heard this again in Exodus because again they're doing okay, they're going to do this, they're going to do this, and they're probably going to do this next. Like it's more like they have an agent on the match that knows it. You know, we're not to that point quite yet at 880, but I'm advocating for it for sure.
Well, and even that what was that docuseries that WWE did recently?
Unreal.
Where they showed like the timing and the like Joseph Park or whatever in the ear of know.
And they went over time, but it's Netflix, so but they were still needed to kind of stick to times, know.
I thought it was just a really smart move because it went semi-viral with the whole pyro thing and like it got people talking enough and like
and even if they're fucking wrong, they're talking about it,
right? Yeah. I mean the whole because they referenced obviously it's just like WCW, but that whole Bam Bam Rey Mysterio when they were on Nitro and all the pyros going off in the ring because it's the 3rd hour or whatever, it's like that's hilarious. Like like you know what I mean? Like I see people share that clip all the time,
but it's so like intentional chaos to make you think, oh my god, and also give you another reason to buy the pay-per-view. Man, this is running into it. I want to see the end of this match. I guess I'll go.
Well, I now that you were saying that they're on TNT now for that tailgate brawl, like that makes a lot of sense too.
TNT/HBO Max. So that's the thing. And then the TNT version is just driving you to HBO Max, so like it's all smart marketing on their point. And now that it's all in house, TNT can play with that, or Warner Brothers HBO. Well, I don't even know what fucking company it is anymore. So
God,
I know, right? So, either way, it was a fantastic. Like I said, 3 women's matches. So I think that conversation's over. One without any stakes to it whatsoever, by the way. It's all set up for blood and guts. So sure, okay. I loved all that stuff. The 6-man was fun.
They're setting up good stuff with the women's tag too.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like the whole Tony Mina tease I think is really interesting and a good because there's the what do you do next with Tony? It's like I think that's like the perfect.
Mina dropped the Ring of Honor belt, interim Ring of Honor television championship to Sasha. God, Mercedes.
Wow.
I listen. It's Sasha Banks in the back. Okay, on the card.
Oh, okay,
cutout.
yeah, okay.
So,
That's fair.
She's still got a boss shirt on that cutout back there that we move around the studio to place and cover stuff up in background. So, anyways, and also it's the worst thing to cover things up in backgrounds because it's the tiniest person to have. The Roman Reigns is 6'4" in comparison, and then like this is life size. It's Mercedes. It's not a large person. So, and here, please cover up this corner of cords or something. Chris Statlander and Tony Storm. That was a great match. Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe. Oh my God. 5 was that. So, and a great tag team match, with, Brodito and Brody. I thought Okada and Takeshita was going to get that the whole time, but also we're kind of teasing that as a interesting. Also, Takeshita with the damn New Japan Championship. Holy shit! Yeah, I'm here for this.
Yeah,
situation.
that makes and it'll make that match even bigger.
Oh my God! Because now it's like I have the thing you used to have.
Yeah.
Wow, this is that is setting up to be that could happen at Wrestle Kingdom. Could you imagine?
That might be I can't think of it in terms of in comparison to like anything WWE's done, but like the biggest like Japanese battle in like an American company, like sort of like that, like obviously with New Japan the connection is easier, but it's I can't think of another scenario where like that's been given to like an American audience on an American product, like in that.
I mean, the closest I consider it Japanese because they both came from there. Kyle and Will Ospreay,
sure, right,
was like definitely a hey, this story from New Japan's coming through and their button heads here,
right?
Kind of thing. Because like Takesha's like the new. I don't know if they're trying to make him the new ace or something. I don't know what the dialogue has been about that. I haven't watched the show for a little bit over there, but that is like I am like okay. No, I love we're playing with this. I love this scenario, and I cannot wait for the blow up, and it's going to be a glorious match. Maybe it'll be a trio. I don't know. I'm here for it. Let's do this, Okada ends up with the IWGP and the Continental and merges them. I don't know. What the fuck, and when we do the tournament, we also have a Continental tournament coming up.
I know, right.
I'm here for it. I've been waiting for 6 months for the Continental tournament because I feel like something really cool is going to happen, and I love that tournament. So that's a weird thing. Like I'm looking forward to a tournament.
I know, right?
When's the last time I looked forward to a King of the Ring? Right? So, anyways,
Pittsburgh, PA.
For what? Oh, that one. Now you were there for that one.
That's
Yes.
Ken Shamrock.
Lions Den, right? On that one?
No. Ken Shamrock beat The Rock.
Oh, shit.
To win. He was King of the Ring in 1998.
Oh, my God. Nobody remembers that. Sorry, Ken.
Damn.
All respect to
something
Ken
else
Shamrock.
happened during that show.
Happened.
That
I don't
everybody
know.
will...
Anyways, a lot of things going on. IndieWrestling.us, so we have a lot of stuff going on there. A big week. We had RWA's Bloody Harvest was Saturday night. and I don't even know all the highlights. I know I know it caught the attention of the people in the locker room because I had it on my side in NeoPro, and of course NeoPro had a great show there too. That'll be on the network here in the coming weeks.
There were a lot of feel bads.
There were a lot of feel bads. Oh my God!
And a Beastman.
And there was somebody dressed up as Beastman.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love that all the feel bads, you came back from intermission with all the feel bads in the ring and Clint Spector like kind of promo on all of them.
All of them.
That's tremendous. And I love that feel bad has made the multiple feel bads his profile picture.
Oh, geez.
There you go. So
That's perfect.
if you know the lore of Dr. Feelbad, that's for you guys over at RWA. A lot of great stuff there. I know there was Beastman and the Rev. There's a lot of hijinks I saw on the stream. Facade and J-Rock was the last minute
Facade and
addition.
J-Rock was really
Pretty
good.
Boy Smooth, and I was in there again. Cristiano Argento. I keep fucking
you
up
go.
his name.
No,
Always
that's right.
Always Mambo to me, baby. But yeah, there's a lot of really Brandon Day is a part of that now that we know from
Your
up in
friend,
Exodus.
some guy named John was there too.
Some guy named John. What the hell did he do?
You'll see.
Probably annoyed a bunch of people.
He probably, he probably
yeah.
did something. I mean, I honestly,
Hmm.
this is not coming from the best member of IndieWrestling.us as said by the leaders by example. He might have made a mistake and picked on Beastman.
There you go. By the way, T-Pop chimed in and said that the Penn Brewery show, the World Series on Friday for 880 went 3 hours, including pre-show.
Okay.
So
Nice.
thank you. We need to put that in the Wikipedia. So, also, can somebody start a Wikipedia for the wrestling promotions we work with? Because I'm not allowed.
You're not
just
allowed?
saying. No, you're not allowed to put your own thing in Wikipedia. Somebody else has to edit it.
Well, at least cage match is the thing.
Yeah, it is cage match. At least.
Cage
Yeah,
match is like the wiki.
It kind of is the wiki, right? Anyways, just wait until Warner Bros. Discovery is sold and split up, then it will be confusing. Yeah, no, seriously. It was almost a Paramount company. Although I would have loved...
I need to check something now since I brought up wiki.
Okay, you go work on it. Eamon, you've been a part of 8A Wrestling. World Series of Wrestling was Friday night. We were back outside. We did it a year ago, and we're never able to get back out. We tried, even called a show No Ceilings, and then laughably went inside where there were ceilings a few months ago. at
False
Penn Brewery.
advertising.
False advertising. Sorry, but it was raining out. I wanted them to rename it High Ceilings, but nobody. They're like, nah, it's the vibe. I'm like, what's the vibe? I fought on that one. I lost that battle. But anyways, you've been a part of 880 Wrestling for a little bit here with Austin. We've had on the show recently, and Toddy, who's been on the show a few months ago. So it's good to see you kind of. You don't have to go to West Virginia to be a part of things anymore.
And I love anyone who is VC or Victory Championship Wrestling fans. I love West Virginia.
Yes,
Don't get me wrong.
Yes, but it's West Virginia. We have to go somewhere.
Sure. This is Penn Brewery was a good 10 minutes from my house. It was very nice.
It's a complaint about the distance, not the place and fans.
Correct.
So
There's at least a Texas Roadhouse though in between, and that's fine.
yes,
true.
yes. That's our waypoint.
Yes.
It's a part of it's a rider in our contract.
It's our
is that-
meetup.
Is there tell the Texas Roadhouse to stay open for us? So either way, you need a little piece of home, right? So
Get those rolls.
get them rolls in that cinnamon
Get
butter.
those butter. Yep.
Cinnamon butter. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyways, the point is, you're part of this. You got the ring announce this match. It was under the stars. I kept telling them, tell them under the stars. I was a Thursday night. I'm in the commentary. Mics go, it's under the stars.
It's like, are you sure you weren't high on that? During
Yeah,
Thursday
I didn't get to really get Sorg's sense that much during World Series, so maybe he might have been,
I was hiding around the corner. All my setup was on a pile of leaves.
Yeah.
Just at the end of the night, I'm like, I hope I didn't lose anything in here. Anyways, but no, it was cool. It was on the parking garage, and we have that beautiful background.
I
of
mean, the
city.
visuals, amazing.
I know you posted a video about it.
Yeah, I've never done a show I've done outdoor shows, but never where you get that sort of like full scale.
You've done a Texas outdoor show. It's very flat down there.
Yes, and luckily here it was much colder. But no, it was really enjoyable. I really love what 880's been doing as of late in terms of just like I said, like, you know, when I say also like, you know, the 2-hour shows, or in this case the 3-hour shows, just like tight action that's like really like, you know, focused and just has been delivering time in and time out. It's been really cool to see. It's been it's reminded me a lot of like when I was working at Inspire in Texas, where, you know, kind of the similar sort of like style, similar like and mentality. The locker room's been really cool, and it's been it's been a fun place to work. They've been super welcoming and accepting, and I've been really enjoying getting to ring announce, do a little commentary here and there, and it's been a real fun time. It's I highly encourage people every Thursday at the very least, free on indiewrestling.us and all that. It's a great way to check out some of the talents in the area who've been just really busting their ass and killing it.
And I love that we get this view from the north side of
That
Pittsburgh,
hard
and then
cam shot.
that hard cam shot. I'm like, we don't need to man that hard cam. We were fine.
Yeah.
You get the whole skyline in there. But I love on south side, when they hit the garage door, you actually see the other sides of the UPMC building from where we're on the south side as well. So I just love that we're like on both sides of something like this. So, you know, it kind of gives you the idea there. But yeah, it was, you know, it was, you know, a comfortable 50s. They did have the heat lamps and out and everything. So everybody's going, there's the door not breaking.
Oh, God.
So there's that.
It did make a loud noise.
It did make a loud noise though. And also there weren't like 20 people in every match like last year, because there was a lot of Survivor Series kind of stuff going on there. It's at Penn Brewery, so of course, you know, there's the bar was open, of course. And they've been great about it. Like in the past, they've had some very custom beers going on there too. So a lot of
Honestly,
fun.
like, I know I've just been to one, maybe I think it was two, maybe two of the one or two of the World Series of wrestling shows. I am jealous that I have yet to see this show, like live. Like, I'm jealous I haven't been to one of those.
Yeah.
Like the to get that view.
So and of course we are supposed to be there for Thanksgiving Eve. There's a twinkling in the air of if it happens to be uncharacteristically nice on Thanksgiving Eve, which who knows? It was like 70 some degrees the next day. You know, this weekend. So who knows with Pittsburgh these days? So we could have another Thanksgiving Eve under the stars if Mother Nature works out on that kind of thing. So you know, but otherwise the ballroom's great too. It's also kind of a fun atmosphere. I think we figured out the room since the last show that we had there. Finally, you know, it was kind of an odd room. It's just pillars and stuff like that, right? But still it's fun, and alcohol helps the crowd lubricate a little bit too.
Yes.
So that's definitely also interesting. Oh, here's a little bit of you in action as well. So there you go.
That giant ponytail. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I've been.
Where'd that hair come from, man?
I'm still in that weird mode where it's like I still haven't figured out my sort of like new style. So it's been, you know, it's been a struggle.
Hey, no, I got it. I hate my hairstyle for the entirety of my 30s because I decided to cut it. So yeah,
You guys have long hair.
Oh, Riz, I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Riz,
bud.
it's not all that
okay.
it's lived up to be.
It's
honestly,
okay, it's okay. It's a lot of maintenance.
I need
there
a
you go.
hat.
There you go. You're nice. You're nice. Look, I have hair and I'm wearing a hat. So
You are.
I get kind of frazzled at the end of the night, so that's why I wear hats. But either way, no, it was a lot. So, like, you know, first of all, like, you know, obviously, you know, now you've had a couple years here and work with now multiple promotions. You know, what is your vibe of Pittsburgh wrestling? I think I ask this every time you're on because I'm always interested in the comparison point here. You know, you've been part of the community down there. You've been part of the community in the greater Pittsburgh area. Like, what do you kind of see between the two for that vibe?
well, I think it is interesting. I think like especially the time with 880 has been interesting because like with VCW, obviously we get the shows, the monthly shows or whatever, but getting like the weekly like sort of routine with 880 and seeing the process of people's like stuff develop even further has been really nice to see. And like I don't know, I just really think that it's cool when you see guys really passionate about what they do and that they're focused and like, you know, have a vision and do what they can to put that vision out there. It's very great to see. I think it's interesting because I actually find it, like I said, very similar to where I kind of left Texas to a certain respect, but I also think Texas kind of caught up at a certain point, like from what much of what the East Coast had been doing for a while in certain things. Like the Texas style obviously has like a certain connotation to it. So it felt very similar and felt very natural to like kind of go back into that.
Yeah, because Inspire was one of those that like had a vibe to it.
Yes.
Similar but not equal to what like Enjoy does, and stuff like that. And it was literally like, we've talked about a lot. Like a lot of wrestling promotions here are very similar in their presentation.
Sure.
Right.
But 880 does a really great job in terms of like presentation in regards to like putting like stuff like the lighting and the like just even the vibe of the shop and stuff like that is like really cool to experience, and it creates like a added character to what everyone's doing. And so it's I don't know, I always gravitate towards, even though I'm not typically that person, I gravitate towards like the more grungy style of wrestling at times. And it's been cool to see people's experimentation and stuff like that, because I think that there's, especially at 880, like there's a lot of people who are willing to just sort of try stuff and see what works. And I think it's really cool to see. There's a lot of talented people in this area who I think are really busting their ass and doing a lot of great stuff that definitely deserve a lot of like recognition and showcase.
Absolutely. So really cool stuff there. And you guys keep. I know I've shared a couple pictures of this before. I love that there's always a circle of you guys.
Yeah.
Before the show.
Before
going
our little
over the
pre-show
show.
meeting.
You have a pre-show meeting that always goes down, holding court over there. And I think that's really cool. You and Austin and Toddy doing this. I think I showed it on the show last time Austin was in. And again, like there's structure to things, which is interesting because it's a place that like kind of built its own structure by just people saying, oh, this thing is done over here. Like Aaron Woods took over on the lights and does crazy with it. CL started doing some effects, which we have to give CL credit for that amazing.
Yes.
You've probably seen the GIF by now, or the clip by now, of Gianni coming out of the smoke-filled U-Haul truck. So,
I knew the sense of what was happening, but once it like was actually like, once it came to be, it was so like,
my God.
it was something else. So yeah, big credit.
Johnny pausing within the silhouette.
Yes, the silhouette
And
was
then,
so
like,
perfect.
That was amazing. Like that alone was amazing. And yeah, props to CL, who still wants me to in a wrestling ring for some reason.
For sure. Okay. Well, there's that for sure.
But to your point, like I do, like it is a very well-oiled machine. I think, like at least when I have come in, like it's been very like, everyone knows what they're doing. They're kind of on top of things. Toddy especially, like Toddy's been so helpful and like has given really great guidance. Toddy, like I think is just a total pro and expert. I think I mentioned it to you. Like there was I was doing commentary like first couple months or so, and he gave me the advice to like it's like, oh, for entrances just lay out at this point and then he'll start and then bring me in. I was like, yeah, perfectly fine. Toddy like literally prepares like extensive notes.
Oh yeah,
on what he wants to like get across, and I think that's, I don't know, I just really appreciate that because there's good indie wrestling and there's bad indie wrestling, and there's good indie talents and bad indie talents, and there's people who, and typically when you're a good indie talent, it's because you really put care into what you're doing. I think people really can see fan-wise and also talent-wise and stuff like that when you actually really care, and I feel like Toddy does that a lot, and I think it comes across in the product. And it just makes everything better. Like it's so vital. He's been so helpful in regards to like the talent stuff, which has been, that was always the thing I wanted to get, because it's hard, when you're coming in from Texas and it's like,
there's this whole lore that you're not aware of going into things, right?
Right.
So and even like it is sometimes I throw some things at Toddy about something when like it's Remy or somebody, right? And I know 10 more years of lore between Remy and Keith Hott, for instance,
Exactly.
right? Because like I filmed it, you know, like the whole that and their tag team and breakup and stuff, and now they're fighting again.
And it's
you know?
so helpful where it's
Yeah.
like I've seen the last like when I was doing the commentary stuff, it was like I've seen the last month of something versus Toddy can go back a year ago or 2 years ago
Yeah.
like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, the facts that Toddy was pulling about just random things of, you know, Nix was on commentary for the first show, and you know what? It was like,
Oh yeah, that was a random fact that I'm like,
I was
how
like-
do you remember that?
I know, right? Like, it's really cool. So it's been great working with Toddy, and also really cool working with Austin. Like, I think Austin, I think I had mentioned this to him, but I mean, him being 21, like, strikingly reminds me of when I first started, because I started when I was 20. And literally was just thrown into the deep end of like, dude, lead commentary, you know.
And he's getting that broadcast education on top,
right
of it.
on top of that,
So,
right? And like,
yeah. You had a good teacher, because I know you talked to Rich early on, right?
yes, Rich was very helpful.
Rich Bocchini / Brennan.
Yes, names are, you know, and like, you know, Biss down in Inspire is also like incredibly helpful in that regard.
That's Biss, not Abyss.
Not
Just want to make
Abyss.
sure people didn't hear that. So
but
It's
this
not,
is just Eamon hanging out with Joseph Park.
no, yeah. But like going back to like the professionalism thing, like that's what I really see in Austin's work is a great deal of professionalism and a great deal of care, which is something that is like when you're starting that early, like you need to either have that or not. And I think like you know,
You can
he's
tell
been a total pro.
You can tell if an announcer is just there for the yucks or not.
exactly.
You know, like you see, especially when I'm on a show that I don't usually do, that's in how many states away, and I'm like, oh god, what am I dealing with tonight? You know, and I've had this with MMA too, where I've had the most I've probably had less professional people at MMA than I have at pro wrestling, which is wild because there's a lot of money in that in comparison, right? And these guys are out there, and I'm just like, why are you sitting here? Why are you not talking right now? What is this? Stop hitting on that girl in the front row. You know,
Right.
It just like, you know, your mute button isn't on, right?
And so like,
you know,
yeah, so like my experience since coming up here has been like really cool with 880, and then also even in VCW with like Jim LaMotta and Declan Finnegan it's like I've had the best partners to work with in terms of that stuff, where it's like you said, you don't have to have somebody who like it's where the mentality is off, right? And it's you know.
By the way, just so for the fans on video, let's make sure we can see that shot that we're talking
Yeah,
about
so
with the
good.
U-Haul. This is the one where the Dead Hand Society is. I don't know. They're about to pull something out of the U-Haul they think is in there, and this is the wonderful out of the dark light Gianni shot, the comeback. He hasn't been around for what, like 2 months, I think.
Yeah, since losing the title.
Since
so.
losing the title, so that's his big comeback out of the U-Haul. The green fog. Amazing with the skyline in the background. I love it. It's fucking it just great minds in there. Marcus being a part of that, it's been good to jam with him again too, because Marcus gave like broached this idea with me like after Thursday night, and I was just like, yo, CL's doing this stuff on entrance.
Yeah.
You need to do it in the U-Haul.
Yeah.
Go give him the idea and let him jam and hang out in the U-Haul with Gianni.
Like I can hear CL like going in his mind what he was going to do with that situation.
And the beautiful part is, this is maybe it's too behind, but I love this. But this is the stuff I love. Mark, I'm talking to Marcus, we're like just blowing up about this thing going so well at intermission, and he's like, "Yeah, Johnny at the last minute, he just stepped back before it opened up to get that push out."
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I was like,
Gianni's
that
such a
is
pro.
That is it. And that's why Gianni's on every fucking promotion in the area.
Yeah.
So
And Canada.
And Canada. That's right. The Canadian Italian connection there, right? So, anyways, great stuff. Great to get an update with you, Eamon. And we'll ask kind of what you learned lately from all this in the last segment. So, but we have other education to get to, because Mac has another homework assignment, and it was the Dominic Mysterio on a ladder match. We always
gave it away.
we always jokingly call it the Dominic Mysterio on a pole match, but I know that's not functionally what happened.
No.
But we'll get to that here after the break with Abe and Paton. More here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
It's the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We're still here with the Riz.
Hi.
With Eamon.
Hello.
And intern Mac is now on the mic and the cam. You got the cinematic shot, apparently. That doesn't match anybody else because somebody took my cameras tonight. Anyways, it's now time for intern Mac's homework assignment, which was the Dominic Mysterio custody ladder match between Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero. I rewatched this match before the shows tonight, and oh my God, this was a ladder match. There was a lot going on. I forgot that Dominic got involved. There's so much happening with this. Mac, with your fresh, young wrestler fan eyes, what did you think of this match? Give us your report.
Cheaper than a child custody hearing, so that's pretty cool.
Okay. Somebody had to rent that arena.
I was watching it and I was like, okay, like we'll see how this goes. And then the social worker appeared, and I lost it laughing immediately before it even started. And it just kept going, and I would be like, okay, they're gonna fight, and then one of them would get the briefcase, but they couldn't figure out how to unhook it, and they would just be hanging on there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I knew Eddie Guerrero couldn't win, that there's no chance in hell that he was gonna win, but it's still oh my God, what if? The announcer cracked me out.
Be surprised.
The announcer kept using alliteration, he was this sick sly son of a bitch or something like that. It just the entire time I was I can't take this seriously. And then I sent it to 4 other people. I was you have to watch this.
I love you're spreading the love on this stuff and the craziness. Are you aware of what Dominic Mysterio does now as a character?
No.
Okay. Because the interesting part is, since this match, he has pretty much divorced from his dad. And just well, you might not even be my real father anyways, and has taken on characteristics of Eddie Guerrero in that from that match.
Oh.
And there's been several references to that ever since, including, I think I was talking to you before about how they just celebrated Dominic Mysterio's 20 years in in WWE because of his involvement in this match.
I can't imagine being 8 years old and you just in a professional wrestling match, going into school the next day and being yeah, that was me. I tried to knock over the ladder. It didn't do anything, but I tried.
I was on pay-per-view last night. My dad's Rey Mysterio, allegedly.
Supposedly.
My dad may be Eddie Guerrero, but it's probably, Rey Mysterio.
I'm also did the kid get bullied? When I was watching it back tonight, I'm did this kid get bullied? Because of kids knowing about this story and him being involved,
Sorg.
you think?
I mean, no, because he would just be my dad's going to beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
If I was an 8-year-old,
His
that's
dad's
the line
cool.
I would use.
Mm-hmm, that's true, too.
And if he didn't do it, Eddie was going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
One of
my dads.
My two dads.
My two dads. No, that's a different show.
It's a different show.
That was a different show. What did this is your first ladder match you've ever watched?
Yes.
Okay. What did you think about the What did you think about the let's say the physicality of this match?
They made a ladder look a lot lighter than it is. I don't think I've ever picked up a ladder in my life, but I just can't.
You want to go grab the one from the back? We got kind of a half one that we bring to Exodus.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Okay.
Who wants to
Now
be the next
Oh God.
Hold on, we're gonna get. Don't worry about it. This won't get violent. I swear.
But no, you're so right about that, because when you watch, especially when you're younger, you really do have the misconception that it is much lighter. It's insane.
All right, this is a typical ladder.
Okay.
It's not.
Well, this is but this isn't gonna be the.
This is and those are maybe not fully a full on. You saw they were kind of painted and stuff. So here, just go pick this guy up.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can
Now imagine it's like probably twice the length.
I feel like it would be awkward, but I think I could still do it.
Here, talk to this guy.
I think it would be awkward, but I think I could still probably do it. You just gotta get good leverage. I think the worst part would be like this, like flying out and hitting someone.
All right.
I'm gonna put this down before it hits
All right,
someone.
yeah. Okay, I think we've done that. I want to put in the background for color, though. There you go.
For contrast.
For context. There you go. It's like, you know what, yeah, LeBar used to do chair shot reality and would just have steel chairs in the background at Point Park, you know. So, anyways, so, what are you doing, Rizzy? Okay, you doing stretches back
I'm
there?
good.
Okay.
Alright.
What's that?
Okay.
Okay, somebody's
Just stretch it
stretching out
out.
during the middle of the show. So you get the idea. Now imagine that thing. Some of those falls they did
Oh my god.
were pretty rough.
There was, I don't. It was like near the end, but Rey Mysterio like is on Eddie's back and like flips upside down and like gets underneath him and throws him down the ladder. And I rewinded that like 3 times. I was like, I have no idea how he even did that. Like,
Yeah.
the gymnastic skills and the core strength that must have took is just insane to me.
And these two have history. There's some classic. We mentioned Halloween Havoc. There's a Halloween Havoc match, '96, I believe.
97.
97, excuse me, which is one of the like best like one of the best like luchador cruiserweight matches that you will ever see. That pretty much made put Mysterio on the map. I think, was he dressed as the Phantom back then? I think so, because he had a big purple suit.
Yeah, the purple. Yeah, I can't remember.
Because they just featured in
specifically,
WWE 2K a couple years ago. So, yeah, and so so that's a ladder match. And then you had everybody. I think I explained to you. I forgot Vicky Guerrero got involved in that thing.
That's what. Can I ask?
Yeah.
Did you have the version? Because I'm sure if it's the network version, it got scrubbed. Did you have the
I know
version where Eddie starts like getting really pissed off? Like at one point when he's like, there's one point where he goes for the thing and like clearly something's happening and Ray has to like get in and push it or whatever. Because basically, so Vicky's supposed to come out earlier than.
Is
she's
it when he's
supposed
up
to.
there fussing with the hook?
Yeah,
and
and he's-
taking forever.
He's taking forever with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
hook
yeah.
because Vicky's supposed to come out, and so they have to improvise. And on the live feed, you just hear him yelling, "Where the fuck was Vicky?" to the referee. The
No.
whole time. It's the funniest. Like
There were some interesting skips when I was watching it. I thought it was my internet connection. This might be that it's.
yeah, they probably scrubbed it from like the whole thing, but like that at the time was such a funny botch moment.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So, yeah, and also that like an 8-year-old like has a spot in a match.
Yeah.
Because he's like watching, they keep going, and I'm like, oh, the kid's kind of got this like blank face look on his face, but also like, how does an 8-year-old know how to emote in something like this? And also like, what would you be doing, in this real situation, reacting to something like? I mean, if you were a kid and this was real,
Your
it's
dad
got to
might not
be
your dad, but it might be.
you
another-
got to
another
be
person that you're
overwhelming to
that
begin
you're
with.
fighting.
And everything's being settled in front of like 14,000 people, pay-per-view, kind of thing. Like it's got to be completely wild. And then also the kids probably internally was like, I need to run into this ring and grab the ladder. Like crazy, terrifying, absolutely, right? So I'm sure they walk through it, but he's probably like also like, okay, gotta do a thing, right? So things worked out for him, except for that jail time. So you see, what is the biggest lesson you learned from this match?
Never adopt someone else's child or else they're gonna beat me up.
Yep.
I don't think that's how they got there, but so then wait, there's the other thing in there. Michael Cole dropped that he like adopted 2 kids during that.
Oh yeah, he was like, as like an adoptive father. this is-
Yeah, and
yeah.
I'm just like, I missed that where it was been a while, but just like, wow, it got fucking real for a moment there, right? So, but yeah, because I think like, isn't Ray didn't adopt him. Eddie alluded to having relationships with his wife.
Oh my god.
Was that the story? I think that was the story, right?
I know that they kept going there. Like Eddie never wanted him, and that's like why he gave him up. And the only reason he wants him now is so Rey Mysterio can't be happy and he wants to tear apart his family. That's the
You're right
narrative
there.
they're
You're right
pushing.
there. But like the logistics of how this is allegedly a thing, you know.
Because but I think I could have sworn it was that like Ray couldn't conceive or something, and that was like
that's
part
what
of the
it was.
dig. Like,
Oh, was it?
I think it was,
I
which
think that was
doesn't
the
explain,
start of it.
which doesn't explain his other kid. But like,
Well, sometimes you have better luck later down the line, right?
Sure.
So,
I think
like,
I think that's how that started. Like that was a trust thing. Like you trusted me in doing this, but now something happened. That was the beginning of that whole storyline. I think, unless I'm dreaming that.
what a deep cut.
I know, right?
You know, I was thunderstorming. So if we disappear again, we've lost power. I saw some lightning out there. So either way, so that was, you know what? I think I'm going to call an audible here now that you've held a ladder, and not a full ladder, but it reminded of me something else. That is a classic. So once again, I'm not going to get to this Lucha Underground match, but what I am going to pull out is one of our favorite ones that gets referenced constantly on this match, or on the show. Constantly gets brought up during Mayhem Mania.
A ladder. No, Sword. No, you're not going.
You know where I'm going, Riz.
You want him to like wrestling, Sword.
Oh, I
You want him to like
love
wrestling.
it. Oh, that was one of the best matches ever. What are you talking about? So it's somebody that you got to befriend in the last year, Riz. You got to run into at RWA. But there's at one point, and this is a pre-show match for a pay-per-view that we're going to be giving you, but it's an utterly classic.
Oh, okay.
It is. I'm not even going to get into the characters in this match. It's only happened one time, so I don't think there's going to be any confusion. I think it's only happened one time.
You'll know what they
Yes.
are when you hear
Just
them.
just go with it. It's a WLC match. Now, do you know what a TLC match is?
No.
Tables, ladders, and chairs, right? Okay, it's kind of, big deal. And this would be a WLC. What would you imagine a WLC is?
Women ladder and chairs?
Oh boy! Oh boy!
Okay, I should have explained more.
That could have been a couple years before that.
Involved are two wrestlers of a smaller stature.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You out there who watch this show probably know what I'm talking about. Mac does not. I forget what
El
Torito.
El Torito and Hornswoggle are the. Oh my God! It's so loud.
Yeah, very loud.
What is happening outside?
Sorg, the gods are upset with your choice.
Apparently.
I was
So-
going to say something. I was going to give you another match, but this is good.
Okay, WLC is going to happen, and we're going to move to the next thing before we lose power potentially in these files apparently.
Pizza.
Pizza, New York City style. So many locations that poor intern Tony went to the wrong one today, and I feel bad. I should have given him the proper address. But thank you to our friends at Slice on Broadway, right up the street here in Broadway, as intern Tony intimately knows now. But thank you so much for picking it up, by the way. So. They've been supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza for over a decade. Oh my God, that thunder is loud, and that's okay.
I
if we
didn't hear anything yet.
get locked up here, we have some pepperoni pizza thanks to our friends on List on Broadway. Thank you so much to them for supporting the show, guys. Before we lose power, what did we learn from wrestling this week? Eamon, what'd you learn recently from your adventures in independent wrestling?
What I learned from wrestling this week, and in reference to the World Series of Wrestling, ring steps are more important than you think. Because anyone who
We
knows
talked
me
about this, yeah.
knows I am a tiny man.
I was trying to cover up Eamon getting into the ring, so I'm
Sorg,
just like,
Sorg comes to me after the show. It's like, oh, I wish you got in the ring a little bit quicker. I was like, I was trying.
yeah. And it wasn't for lack of trying, and I knew that, so I wasn't trying to belabor the point. But I was like, this is the only thing I wish was cleaner,
Yeah.
because I hate seeing because nobody gracefully gets into the ring.
No.
If
No.
you're not a wrestler, you don't gracefully get into the ring. Almost no announcer I see does it, right?
Yes.
And and I just was like, I have nothing else to put there. We just have a wide shot, and there's Eamon just getting the cord around and
And anyone who's seen me knows I already do the bottom rope entrance. I can't do the second. So it was a struggle because typically on Thursday night fights over at the shop we have the lower level.
Yeah.
So, ring,
yeah.
so
It's a pop-in.
yeah, I was like, oh god, full size ring. I should be more used to this, but no. Anyways, that's what I've learned.
There you go. Eamon, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
That's what I learned.
That's what he learned.
Riz.
That's what he
Riz.
learned. Sorg.
That's what I learned, Sorg.
Riz, what
talking
did you
about?
learn? Riz, what did you learn? I hit the right camera, said the wrong
You
name.
did. You did. I learned that I can get as entertained or more entertained with the comparing the John Moxley Darby Allin match to the match that I saw on Sunday, which was the Power Rangers versus the Teletubbies.
And what show was this?
Wait, what?
Mystery Wrestling.
Oh.
It's so much fun. The amount of effort and the amount of fun Uno puts into that match. I know into that product.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Come to Pittsburgh. Just come to Pittsburgh, Evil Uno.
There you go.
Bring
There you
it.
go. We have from the chat room as well. T Pop is out there saying he also learned from AIW show this weekend that the Darable dog is superhuman after taking the craziest
Darable
powerbomb on the
dog.
floor and still winning a match. I tagged the Mayhem show on Twitter. Oh, you're gonna have to check that out later. And by the Darable dog used to come down to 880 a lot. In last year or so, back in the new Ken days, one of my favorite superhero wrestlers. So is over with us.
Made sure I knew how to spell his name.
Yes,
which
it
is
was
good.
it's very tough to do if you don't know. T-Pop also learned that Psychedelic Dreams knows how to get a little violent in order to win the WWE 880.
Oh, that's a real quick come up.
Wow, they already went
880 tag
they
team
were in WWE
championships.
and
Man,
AEW.
I took a
at the same time.
selfie with Sammy Suntimer with the bloodiness in his belt because Greenville High School represent, guys. Okay,
Those two are great. So that was a really great moment to see.
Podner learned that Mercedes will keep going and going higher and higher. I worry about where Mercedes will go. Like, where does the drop off happen? Mac, what did you learn from wrestling this week outside of the TLC?
I'm sorry, I got distracted because Podner sent something else in the chat.
Oh God.
At least he wasn't crucified by the Undertaker as a demonic ritual.
Oh
and
no.
I said something else that I'm gonna watch as extra credit, I guess.
Okay, that's extra credit. Yes.
That's
Okay. That's
Oh, we're gonna
you know
do-
what?
we're gonna
That's
do
what you
promos
learned.
for extra
That's what
credit.
you learned. You're about to learn something. So, I just lost what I learned. And actually, oh no, it's right here. I'm on the wrong screen. I learned that awareness is important, guys, and that's why I want to take a moment here and ask, because we've talked about this on the show before. Riz, you know about this, and I want to, just my heart out goes to everybody, and I just want to make sure everybody's looking out for each other, because do you suffer from tag team blindness? It's more common than you think. You can't tell Matt and Jeff back in the day, Nick and Matt Jackson, they're just a young buck. Can you tell Eric and Ivar, even though you know which one Ray Rowe is, but you can't tell which name he is because
Eric is a common name.
Eric is a common name even with a K. And the Usos, it's always which Uso that is. Before they became main event, Los Garza, you used to know which one was Angel or Garza. Don't know anymore now that they're together. You just forgot. You just have a tag team blindness on it. Nobody can say for sure. But don't worry, you're not alone. Recognize the signs of tag team blindness and support the wrestling fan in your life. So I just want to get that message out there, and please get that out to everybody. So on that note, Eamon, thank you. Eamon, it's a PSA, Riz. It's doing good for the community.
I thought we were going to be selling medications now on the show. I was like, what?
I don't have a solution. It's just an awareness, okay?
Oh, well,
Did the leaders get to you, Sorg?
You know what, Riz? I notice you.
What?
I notice you.
Okay.
Eamon Paton, you're all
I'm
over the social
scared.
media. We're Thursday Night Fights every Thursday night.
Yes, Thursday Night Fights every Thursday for AA Wrestling, Victory Championship Wrestling. I believe
Victory Rumble.
Yeah, whole Rumble. November 7th, I believe is the date
Yeah,
on that.
Friday the 7th, I believe.
Yeah, and then also my podcast on the Sorgatron Media Network, A Gay and His NB, with my husband Merlin. We talk about reality television. It's right now specifically Bravo Television. So if you are a Real
The whole
House-
network?
yeah, basically. I mean, they pump out enough. They're always coming up with something new. They just brought back
they
Wife
Vanderpump
Swap.
out.
You remember Wife Swap?
No, I don't, because I never watched it.
Wait, Wife Swap's back?
Yeah, they brought back Wife Swap, but for Real Housewives.
Oh, okay.
But it's called Wife Swap. I don't know if they're allowed to call it that, but whatever. But no, we talk reality television. So if that's your interest, give us a listen over there. Like I said, the podcast is A Gay and His MB and is on the Sorgatron Media Network,
Yes, and we advertise it before every show.
which we're very grateful for.
Yes,
Every
every wrestling show
show.
on the network has an ad for this show on it. So, as well as went black, as well as Jim LaMotta's podcast and everything else going on. And so, thank you everybody. Thank you intern Mac, intern Tony, and all the crew, and thank you everybody out there, all Patreon supporters, and everybody
Hey,
around the
before we
Mayhem
go,
Nation.
can
And
I-
Riz is going to interrupt me for another thing.
Sorry. Thank you, Maddie Whittle, for the 5 bits.
Oh,
Thank you.
over on the Twitch.
Over the Twitch.
Thank you so much for that and supporting the show however you do. Remember, there's shop.wrestlingmayhemshow.com if you want to get some of the merch, like the sweet jacket that's in the ad that you might have saw earlier. And stay tuned. If you're on Patreon, we will come back and probably chit-chat a little bit more if Eamon has a couple minutes here.
Undoubtedly.
And then we'll tell you what really happened this weekend. Some shows. So
We're gonna shoot on people. No, I'm kidding.
that's when we're really gonna shoot on people. We kind of do actually. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys next time. Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.